Okay, hey guys, this is it. This is going to be the big ol' juicy tour video of my world so far. This is, by the way, it's like, so if this is April, May, June, July, August, almost 4 months in on this world, and this is almost like pretty consistent playtime. Yeah, I wanted to make this as a way to kind of like as I just kind of like show like everything in one video, and to try to maybe try to explain some of the meaning behind a lot of these builds. But let's start off. But also to give maybe some inspiration for maybe some people also wanting to do their own like forever world or whatever. Um, some preamble stuff. I want to say that first thing, this isn't this is not going to be the last upload I make on this channel. There will be more. I'm not too sure when there will be more, but there will be. My main thing is that I have college coming up in a couple days, and I'll be moving into my dorm soon, so uploads are going to crawl to probably almost a halt for a minute. But I'll still be on this road, just kind of doing my own thing. And then second thing is I give a lot of credit to pretty much the inception of this idea and like this whole channel to one creator, Luvstar Kei on YouTube. She makes amazing videos, amazing Minecraft videos on like Forever Worlds and just like Minecraft in general. It's kind of giving me a lot of motivation to hop back on and to stay playing instead of just aggressively playing it 24/7 for like 2 weeks before you stop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything. Yeah, I'd like to start off. Let's get going here. It's 2 minutes in. So I'd like to start off with the house, or as I put, the crib. This was actually initially based off of one of the first Lego Minecraft sets that came out. I think it's called the First Night. I was always inspired by that build because I always thought the idea of a house with grass on top for the roof was really cool. So initially I built that, and then I decided to put in bricks as some kind of like lining because it looked nice with the wood and the stone. And then at that point, this is this point where we kind of have to go inside. Um, we have at the first floor we have some like crafting stuff, whatever stuff that I need. My BS chest, which is where I just if I need to just quickly store stuff and I don't got time to sort it in there, I'll just stuff it in here and just sort it out later. Which, speaking of sorting, actually, wait, before I show off the storage room, we have it's like a kitchen right here. I have blast furnaces. I got furnaces going like crazy. I have a smoker. I have a fridge that I keep some pretty cool food in. It's pretty nice. But that's pretty cool. So this is like the main floor. Then if you go down, you have the storage room, which I have the chests angled. So I have it angled sideways, so that then I can just like store like a whole bunch. And I have it set as blocks. I have ore, got tools, and like food and just like drops or whatever. And I have a mod that sorts the inventory and stuff. Very nice. I really like it. But yeah, that's the storage room. And then we have the bedroom, which has the enchantment little section here. I have all the lapis, some books. I have my enchantment table. I have a grindstone right next to it in case I fuck up the enchantments. Besides that, we have the armory kind of right here. I have armor stands where I just put like any like kind of like extra armor that I have just to kind of like display it. I have an anvil right here for obviously my tools. I have a smithing table for my armor trims, which I don't know what this is. I have my armor trims on right now. This is like my best armor, by the way. And these are like, this actually initially supposed to be like emergency like recover, like like if I die, I have like a thing that I can grab. I have like a set of armor that I can go and grab. But that's work in progress. And then my bedroom right here is where I sleep. Um, this is this is kind of just like an original kind of design with like the barrels, the oak, the leaves, the double beds. This was it's just kind of just me just like messing around with blocks and stuff, having fun with it. This is the second floor, and I realized I needed a second floor because that's actually the point I was trying to say earlier. Because it went from being inspired by a Lego set to just kind of taking on its own thing. I had to make a second floor so I can fit an enchantment room and then also move my bed because I wanted to make a kitchen because why not? And oh yeah, also this like a table has a cake and potted azalea with I this was totally inspired from like a classic Minecraft post or something using activated pistons as for like a table. That's really great. I also have a mod where I can just like sit down on like any stairs, have them work as chairs. It's great. I love I love that mod too. Then if you go up to the roof, all the way up here, this is the farm. Um, I have a whole bunch of wheat. I just like take all this and then just like make like bread or whatever with it. It's pretty cool. Also, say I have my happy guests. Um, these happy guests are like these are it's like a texture pack. I think it's a texture pack, like a resource pack that was made by the same person, that like same Luvstar person. Um, cool thing the harnesses they're based off of like different like 2000s like Japanese like fashion, like different like aesthetics for that, which is really cool. Love it. Now we get outside of the house and we get to kind of areas surrounding it. These builds actually start off over here. This wasn't like one of the first things that I did, but I was exploring, found some axolotls, and we have Shadow Milk, and we got Silly Vanilli right there. There, of course, Shadow Milk Cookie and Pure Vanilla Cookie from Cookie Run Kingdom, which is a game that I love. I love it so much. And this little like area for them, this little like enclosure. This is I just kind of was also just messing around with blocks. I love Block of Amethyst. I love the purpleness of it, and then I just like moss and use like the that glow block from the Nether, from the like forests. And then if this is the mine, I'll probably show it real quick. This is mine. This is one of like the first things I built. Honestly, it took a while. I remember I was watching like some like chasing tin videos while I was building this. But yeah, I think it looks nice. I wanted to use tough blocks, so I have chiseled tough kind of going through, kind of breaking the pattern of deep slate bricks. But a really cool thing is if I go all the way down from here, I have a little zombie. I have a little zombie farm right here that I grind XP for. I don't use it too much because I don't really like grinding for XP. It is the most boring thing in the world, and I am not the type of person to go through all the effort to build this build like a huge old like mob like farm or whatever. Because that's not my style. I realized that my style is like building, and if you can tell, this is kind of what this world is very much about, builds and stuff. If we jump over this little path right here, that could show a bit better of the kind of wool builds. I have a whole bunch of wool. I have like a big old sheep farm down there. I'll show later. But right here, I have a creeper. This is actually based off of a creeper plushie that I've had since like 2011, I think. It means a lot. Um, I still kind of keep them around because it kind of makes me like nostalgic of like those like old like kind of like older console edition times So initially, this Forever World is on the Re-Console mod pack, which I do recommend. They have it like updated. I'm pretty sure to like 1.21.6. But I moved it over to my own mod pack because I wanted to play the new update. Like I wanted to play it like now. You know, this is the Little Big Planet pod from Little Big Planet. One of my favorite games growing up. It was great. This is actually where I keep my pets. I have Juneberry and I have my cats. Credit to my sister for naming the dog Juneberry. Very fitting name, I think. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And then my Nether portal. Uh, fun thing with the minecart. If you press a button, it will like instantly teleport. It is really I love it. This is supposed to be the Nether base. I haven't really worked too much on it, despite the fact that Shroomlight, that's the block. Despite the fact that I constantly visit to get Shroomlight because I need light blocks and I don't feel like mining up there for. You see how fast it goes? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I love that. Besides that, over here I have the pansexual flag and the demi-boy flag. Kind of one of the first builds I made because it's kind of easy to build. Just like stack wool on top of each other. It's pretty easy. And then this is Dark Cacao Cookie from Cookie Run Kingdom. Um, this person on Pinterest has like a whole bunch of like pixel art Cookie Run stuff, which I decided to make their Dark Cacao. I'll make sure to credit them in the description of this video because they make awesome stuff. I love their work. The way that they're able to simplify honestly sometimes really complex designs into like pixel art is insane. Besides that, I have this Sonic right here, which is actually inspired by a Sonic Build-A-Bear that I got like a while ago. Back when I think it was like their like 25th anniversary, I think. Yeah, they had like a promotion where they just had like the just like regular like modern Sonic design as a Build-A-Bear, and I love them so much. Yeah, the back spikes, the head spikes, pretty cool, pretty cool. And these two builds are from the indie game Yume Nikki, which has been a very kind of big game for me. I love Yume Nikki. It is Yume Nikki and Yume Tuki are just they're like my besides like Minecraft. Honestly, besides like Minecraft and like maybe like Devil May Cry, Dead Space or whatever, Yume Nikki is like my favorite game like ever. Of Uboa, which I think honestly Uboa was like the first build that I made besides the house, because I mean it's just black and white, easy to build, and very easy to spot too. I remember whenever I go out adventuring, like I'll know I'll be back when I see the big old Uboa sprite, and this is the FC demon, which is from a specific world in Yume Nikki. I love this design so much. In fact, if you go to my skin presets, which is another mod, I think I have, yeah, I have FC Demon as a skin right here. Honestly, goated design. I love, I love FC Demon. That's my goat right there. And then from there, from there, you go out of this little area and move on to, actually real quick, got my horse and my donkey. They're pretty cool. I love them. You can actually head down here, and down here we have some farms, and we have a sheep farm. This farm is I've spent forever getting all the wool colors. It's honestly kind of one of my biggest achievements in this world personally. Just kind of being able to just like have every wool color at my disposal has made building a lot more fun, and the fact that it's like constantly renewable is great too. I love it a lot. And from there, I'm actually gonna go towards the left side of this little island. By the way, this path of stone bricks and cherry blossom trees, this is completely taken from a world in Yumetuki called Adabana Gardens, I think. Adabana Gardens, which is just such a beautiful world. I love every world that QXY makes. This person who made Adabana Gardens. I love the cherry blossom trees and the stone. It's kind of contrasted. It's great. This is a cactus farm. This getting cactus took like forever to try to get because this world gen has no deserts for like thousands of blocks. It's like a bee farm. This is like an original design. I just like mess around with different blocks that I had, and like different like palettes, I guess, kind of to see like how they look. It's pretty cool. Underneath this is just like a campfire, so like the bees don't get mad when I get their honeycomb. But then, before we go all the way to the left, there's some builds there. This is actually supposed to be a hallway from Yumetuki. It's a part of Adabana Gardens. This is actually like a transition spot that you walk through. And in that game, if you walk through the transition to enter Adabana Garden, to exit Adabana Garden, and then to enter this other area, and then exit that one, on that very last entrance area, you can actually go back, and then there's like a hidden door that then takes you to like a different world. But here in my forever world, this just leads to where I get my stone. I've mined this cave out pretty much. This is just where I get like all my stone, all my like cobblestone to make the like stone paths. I just thought because at the time it was like just this big old massive like cavern in here. I thought to decorate it, make it look pretty. Then hopefully this grass block will spread to all these dirt right here, so that then this kind of looks a bit better. But yeah, this is honestly kind of one of my favorite spots. It's simple, but I think it looks really pretty. Anyways, though, now we're gonna move down to the complete left side of this world, to where it's gonna kind of take a minute. Hold on. There's a little fork in the road. It kind of looks a little abandoned, but it leads to a little picnic little spot. It has a nice cake. It has like I just imagine it's like the picnic basket. There's like some like food that I think would be really yummy on a picnic. This villager, I don't know why it is just like so chill here. I don't know. You'll see. I have a whole bunch of villagers in my village that have everything surrounding. But now if you go all the way to the end, once you kind of start reaching the end of all these cherry blossom trees, you end up in this little fishing spot right here. This is where this was initially where I just fish, like a fishing rod in here. I got a nice little like pop out spot to fish. And it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I'm gonna take a little detour right here over to the village, which I want to show. Initially, the spawn was actually in a kind of like a snow biome. But eventually, after enough adventuring like over there, I ended up losing my spot. I had no clue where I was at, and so I decided to build a new base. I decided to build one next to the village, so that I can trade with the villagers, but in a way where I'm not like forcing them into like the like camps that people have them in. Personally, to me, I don't like that. I like the idea that these villagers are able to just live peacefully and happily. So much to where I've kind of built extensions to their houses because the honestly the more attention I give to these villagers, the more villagers pop up. It's honestly reached points to where like I see like this house just gets fully crowded full of villagers. I'm thinking I'm honestly gonna have to just start building like apartments and like big old like mansions at this point to fit all these villagers. But it's nice though. It's nice, big old community right here that I love. And now we'll go over to this building, which is honestly I think it's going to grow to be kind of one of my favorites. This is like an observation tower, which I built with copper. I built with copper and tuff, mainly because I want like when this world eventually grows pretty like old or whatever, I want to be able to show that age through this through this like observation tower. And kind of just like this to kind of like show like once it reaches that really pretty green color, I think it's gonna look great. But it's just it gives like a nice like kind of view of the village, a view of the house and everything there, a view of the forest, and a view of the other side of the forest with some builds I'm gonna show you guys in here in a second. It was great. Honestly, this is like the kind of meaning behind this build is to kind of like show age. Because some memories associated with it. I was going through some kind of rough times while building this. But it was just kind of through building this tower that I just kind of was able to just like chill out and relax and have some fun. It was great, and I'm still kind of working on it. I have this interior glass I wanted to cover around this like staircase, so that then if I'm just kind of like lazy, just like holding W, and like accidentally like oh no, instead of like falling, like the glass catches you. But yeah, now we'll move on to this side over here, past all the sheeps, all the 16 different pens. Move on over here to this build right here. This is actually a specific like tie-dye Bonnie plush that from Five Nights at Freddy's, when Funko still had the license to make like all the plushies and stuff. I built this as a not memoriam, but just to kind of remember a really close friend of mine that I met at college in my first year. It was like right before they graduated. They gave me this Bonnie plush, and now honestly, like whenever I look at the Bonnie, I kind of think of them. I think of that person, and it makes me really happy. But yeah, and then we move along to this little fork in the road. This is actually meant to be a record shop, kind of in the kind of like a music record shop. I based it off of both the manga. The guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all, or the greenery. I remember I see like the like big old like front windows, and then like in some of the panels you see like the cashiers. So the cashier from here, and then you see like little like racks for like music. I put just armor stands of clothes because I needed some extra room. It's like a storage closet. As of right now, it has my 2 music discs that I have, and this is still kind of a work in progress because eventually when Minecraft updates and they add the shelf block, I want to put shelves all over this and display the like records on here. And hopefully over time I'll have enough to fill a whole record store. But who knows? We'll see. Yeah, I like this build. This is a very recent build that I made, but I love it a lot. And kind of one of the last few areas that I'd like to show off actually is one that holds a lot of meaning to me, as it's based off of another Yumetuki world. Who knew, right? But one that holds a lot of emotional meaning to me. This is the house as seen in QXY's Lavender Waters from Yumetuki. And I actually took some liberties. The house I tried to make pretty much like accurate as I could. Like I have like the seat right there, you got the places for the boats right there. Like a log on the side or whatever. And like the 2 like chimney looking things coming out of it. I try to I make this as accurate as possible, but when I was actually trying to build like the kind of like branches from the sides, I was just like, I did not like how it looked for the longest time. It was just like big old like logs of dark oak, of pale oak shooting out and just like random branches everywhere. I thought it kind of looked ugly, and since I don't have pretty pastel purple skies or like purple water, and since I can't put like flowers along here, like flowers that actually pop out from the water, like in lavender waters, I decided to opt for redoing the whole thing and have these like have blocks of amethyst as the leaves for these kind of like little like kind of droopy looking trees, and I think it looks a lot better. I like it a lot. And fun fact, this is kind of like my new like fishing spot. Just like sit here, fish a whole bunch if I just wanna like watch a video and then also just kind of like maybe just like chill out, not do too much. And then in here I have a spot where I can write on my diary. This kind of reminds me some advice for anyone who actually wants to do a forever world. You don't have to actually journal in Minecraft. You could get like a physical one or whatever. But I do recommend having having a book and quill for ideas that you have, especially if you like to build stuff too. It's able to like you're able to just kind of just like have like these ideas when you're just like, oh man, like I don't know what to do, and it's like, oh, let me look at the idea book, and then coordinates, so that then it's just like you can just write down. You benefit too is that you don't have to like have like a separate like note thing that I gotta look away from, or like a separate Google Doc, or like what I used to do like a thing on your phone. I just have it right here. I write down the coordinates like right here, and I'm just like chilling. Don't gotta worry. Yeah, actually, I can take one of the boats over to show one of the last areas that is a major work in progress as of right now. This is kind of the main thing that I want to do over college. Because like I just want to do simple, something simple, something fun. It's like an easy little small project that I can do. Like whenever I have free time, and let me show you. First off, this bridge right here that I built so I can bridge between islands, and I have it kind of raised a lot, so then I can just like pass my boat through it, no problem. I built it with tough bricks, spruce, and shroomlight because I had a whole bunch of tough blocks, tough bricks that I wanted to use, and spruce looks nice with it. I'll not lie. This was actually like an X initially because there's actually a treasure, like a little like buried treasure right here, and I wanted to put this X down to initially to be like it was like a reminder to myself, like if I see like a treasure map, if I see a new treasure map that has it's in that same area, I'd be like, oh, already explored it, we're fine. And you can kind of tell it's a work in progress. The paths aren't done yet. But this is based off of a favorite, it's like favorite Blue Sky, favorite Twitter, favorite Tumblr account. It's one called Little Aliens Forever, and it's literally just an account where this like artist just posts like different like doodles of this little green alien named Flug, who I love so much. I love I love Flug so much. They post like Flug, and they post like a whole bunch of other little alien friends that I eventually want to build. I want this whole island, or this whole like little like island side, I guess, cliff side or something. I want this whole thing to just have different like Flugs everywhere and like different friends. So like I have this one of just like him standing happy, or of them standing nice and happy, and then I have the second one that I just built today of them listening to music on their phone. And I have these like wired headphones because why not, right? And use polished deep slate and polished andesite for the headphones because I mean it's like simple black, looks nice. And then I use black concrete and glass and light blue wool for the phone because, of course. Honestly, with kind of the size, this might just be like an MP3 player or something. I don't know. But yeah, this is as of right now the latest thing that I built so far, and I think that's pretty much it. Oh, 30 minutes. I kind of thought it'd be longer, but that is the Forever World as of summer of 2025. Um, if you guys, I say this if you're new watching this, I say this a lot, but honestly, like even if these videos don't get super popular because I don't really upload too often. I had like a hot streak for a minute, but I just kind of stopped because it lost interest for a bit. But like even if just like one person watches this, then I'm happy. I just like showing off these builds and stuff because this world, it means so much to me because of how it's kind of helped me and stay creative during a summer where during a summer like right off the coattails of first year of college, kind of going through all that exciting stuff to kind of back to like home life. Just kind of like something to just do, and also something to do on my own. I like the fact that this is a world that I have full control over. It's like nothing against playing with friends. I love playing with friends. Multiplayer Minecraft is peak, but it's nice to just like to have just a world where like I can build really cool stuff and not have it like disappear because we stopped playing it. Yeah, this is great. I love this so much. And honestly, wait, hold up. There's one more thing. I lied. There's one more build, a hidden build that means a lot to me. One time I ventured very far away from here. So I brought along with me a parrot that that I lost due to a freak accident of me. I was right here. I was right about to head home, and this skeleton was trying to hit me. Was shooting arrows at me. I tried to hit the skeleton with my diamond sword, and I accidentally hit Eternal Sugar, the parrot. R.I.P. You will not be missed. Remember. But besides that, that is everything. This is my entire kind of forever world as of right now. Everything that I built so far. Um, expect another one of these someday, eventually. Of course, I'm gonna probably just keep up with just random like check-ins every now and then when I've done enough like cool stuff in this world. But there won't be another video of this caliber for a minute. Like I don't think I can do videos like these, like videos this long for like consistently. But I appreciate it. Some final advice: have the books for ideas and for coordinates. Also, I gotta be honest. This is also advice I've taken from Luvstar. If you want more like actually in-depth advice, watch Luvstar Kei's videos. She makes great stuff. I recommend having a place, like a sign or anything that shows when the world was created. Because eventually, when you play for long enough, the date that it was created is going to get more and more impressive. Like for example, I mean it is still 2025, but the fact that I've been on this world for like almost like 4 months, almost to the day 4 months, is crazy. It's insane to think about. But I have that. Also have a chest that you can just dump random stuff into. Actually, it'll save you so much time because sometimes trying to organize your storage can be very stressful. But besides that, I'd probably say last final advice I give: try not to really look at too much guides, I'd say. For me at least, a lot of these builds, besides like the pixel art that I just used, like just like a pretty much I just use like a whatever, like a image online for inspo. All these builds I just did on my own. Like I figured out the proportions in my head. I just went crazy with it. It was like try not to stress yourself out by trying to make sure the build is perfect. So whatever like guide or tutorial or something that you got, just make 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 stuff that is fun for you, fun for whoever owns the world. Honestly, it could be modded, it could be vanilla. This one's more like a vanilla plus or whatever. Because I mean, vanilla doesn't have these shaders and a golden hunger bar. But yeah, I would recommend starting the Forever Worlds if you have the time and you have the desire to. It's great. Also, make sure to back up your worlds. I recommend just like making like a mod pack. You don't even really have to even add any mods, just so that you can access like the folder super easy. And then you just maybe add like a shader if you want, or I like just so that mainly so I can like open up the folder for that mod pack and just like copy and paste the like the like technically save file, which would be like your world, and just like have that somewhere else, have that stored in like multiple spots, so that then you don't like accidentally lose it if like your computer or something blows up, or if like your dog eats it or whatever. You can have a backup to it. They can then just like load up into whatever other thing you got. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you got to the end, that's absolutely insane. Surprised, surprised you got the patience or whatever to listen to someone yap for this long. This you gotta be proud of yourself for that. But thanks for watching. Stay safe, have fun. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye bye. Okay, let me pause it and goodbye, guys.